Come on in. Now, you know this is a Minisode because we are in the light and I am not in black. So let's go ahead and get started with Minisode 6 for episode 6. Now, you guys, episode 6 was really special to me. Episode 6 was kind of a way for me to break up what was going on in the program, right? So it was a way for me to break up the story, basically. You know what I'm saying? This essentially is kind of like my life story, the shadow aspect of my life story. And so it was important for me to have a kind of like pause in the situation, like a pause for the cause, right? Because that's essentially what episode 6 was. It was a pause for the cause. And in episode 6, you met my very great friend and the wonderful counselor that I have been seeing over the years, Val Ashford. And again, we have known each other for about 11 to 12 years. And when I say this woman has seen me through all of it, I mean, she's seen me through all of it. You heard her. She said she's seen me through so many life cycles, and it's so wonderful to have someone like her that is honest and that is willing to assist me in something like this. I don't think that your traditional counselors or therapists would be willing to be open to something like this. And so it just goes to show you how a more spiritual or holistic approach is sometimes better for others than the normal medical, psychological, degreed route. Okay, I'm gonna say psychologically degreed route, say it like that. But it just helped me so much with this project because she validated and verified everything that I said. And that was important, and it's important in this day and age, in this time, because you have so many people, when they hear your story, they work so hard to debunk stuff, and they work so hard to make you out to be a liar, and they work so hard to basically buck up against the things that you said, because it's basically your word, you know what I'm saying? And you know, that's all they have to go for it. So I felt it was necessary to have her come and literally validate everything that I said, validate all of the things that I was going through that she was a witness to. And so I'm really glad that the episode was done the way that it was done. It was done so beautifully, because not only are we talking about my journey, but there are things that others that are watching that can pick up from some of the things that we spoke about on that episode. And that's why it was really important to me to kind of break up the, not monotony, but break up the energy of the project, because it was so heavy. And then like it started heavy, then it got a little heavier, and then it lightened up, and then it got, you know, really light and fun. And then it was her and I, and we're just, you know, validating and verifying. And I use the word validate all the time, and I said, if you know, you know. But the reason that I use the word validate all the time is because, of course, her name is Val, but her media company is called Validated Media. Val is not only a counselor, but she is also an artist in many different forms. She writes and performs music, produces music, and she also does artwork. Val's art can be found, actually Val did the art for the Netflix series Freaknik. And she also did the artwork for some New York best-selling authors, or New York best-selling books, should I say. So her artwork, you have probably seen it and not even known it. So that's, and it's important for me to, as I continue to elevate myself, continue to allow those that God has for me to come into my life. And that's where I was when I met Val. I was seeking mentorship. I was seeking guidance. I was seeking somebody who understood. And when the student is ready, I know we hear this all the time, and if you haven't heard it, the saying is, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And by God, did she appear right on time. And when I say I have held on and I have not let her go, I have legitimately held on and not let her go. But you can see how she's been super impactful in not just my life, but she's been impactful in my son's life. She helped, you know, the family unit as a whole. And I'm really, really appreciative, and I can't even really put into words how much gratitude that I have for her. Not only for her, you know, appearing on the project, appearing on All Real Monsters, but the way that the role that she has in my life, the friend, the supporter, the counselor, the intuitive guide, my son's counselor. She's just all around so much for the both of us. And I'm getting goosebumps because God is, I cannot thank God enough for her being placed in my life. And I've learned so much from her. She taught me to go ahead and be myself in my fullest form. She taught me how it was okay that I'm psychic and I have certain gifts and abilities. Like, do not shy away from these things. She has just been such, not only an inspiration, but she's just been everything, y'all. She's been everything. And she'll tell you, like, you know, she's just doing her life's purpose, and she just really truly does not know how anointed she is, how anointed her energy is. She is just so super amazing. What else? What did I learn from this episode? I learned continued patience. I learned vulnerability is necessary. I learned that what I am doing is definitely necessary for the culture right the fuck now. So I'm glad that I could be, or am, a vessel. Look how tall my spirit guides are. So here, like, look how tall my flames are. But anyway, I'm just so appreciative for this episode. This episode is so much for me. It's just so much in so many ways. But again, it showed me that I'm needed. This was necessary and this was needed, and the divine timing in which God was like, move, push it, do it, go. It's necessary now because people are starting to find themselves having certain spiritual awakenings, having certain feelings and energies, and not necessarily sure how to digest them or how to process things. And as someone who has been through those things and so much more, or so much that you guys are learning, really, it's really, honestly, I'm blessed. It's divine timing, because I'm opening myself up to help others that are now finding themselves in this place, or in a place of, I want to begin my healing journey. And so it's great because I put myself in such a position where not only have I shown you that I'm capable of helping you, but I've shown you how I've done it myself. And that's not to say that it's going to be the same way for you, because all of my clients that are in my program, my life coaching program, / spiritual guidance, intuitive sessions, intuitive counseling, all of them that are in that program, everything is designed specifically and custom to them and their journey. And I think it's so beautiful because this allows potential clients to see how many ways that I have different experience. And it sucks, honestly, when you really think about it. But I have experience in different types of traumatic situations that so many people can relate to. And that's why I'm grateful to God that I went through everything that I went through, and I did it how I did it. And that includes like literally from childhood up until this damn project, like right now, real time, right? I'm just really grateful for how it all happened and it all played out, because it's essential and it's going to be what's needed. It's not going to be, it is what's needed. It's very, very needed. So I'm just very happy that I can display openly and, you know, just through experience as well, showing you guys that we can do this. We can heal. Our journeys are, they're scary, but they're beautiful. And it's not something that we should necessarily shy away from, but it's something that we need to go ahead and open-heartedly begin. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I learned from this. It's just divine timing. This is perfect. It's right. It's right for right now. It is me doing what my life purpose is calling for me to do, and just having everything validated from, you know, my experiences and the things that I've opened up to her. And that's also something too, like I wanted you guys to understand that I'm being so vulnerable. I'm being vulnerable enough as to where this is scary for me to open up myself, right? But for me to be like, okay, you're my counselor, and I know we have this client, you know, client privilege, client confidentiality type situation, but I want you to tell it. I really want you to be honest. I want you to, you know, be here and, you know, validate my facts. I want you to be here and, you know, verify everything that I'm saying. And that was very, very important to me, because again, it's one of those things where we live in such a society that nobody believes what you say or believes things that come out of your mouth unless you have irrefutable proof. And this series, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it in such a way that when I say what I say, there's irrefutable proof as to understanding that I am not just talking out the side of my neck, or I'm not just making things up or anything like that. So that was important to me. Her being here was super important to me, and I'm hoping that you guys can see and understand why. And also, I want to point out as well, and this is something that I have been living by forever. If your counselor does not have a counselor, you need to reevaluate who you're seeing for counseling. Counseling is something that is very, very energetically taxing. It is something that is emotionally taxing, because some things that people open up and tell you that has happened to them, or they're going through things, it could be something that, if you're not careful, can drive a counselor crazy as well. So you need somebody who is actively in counseling, actively seeking continued help, actively unloading things so that they can process whatever needs to be processed and heal through it, continue to work through whatever they're doing, and continuously renewing and rejuvenating themselves, because that is what counseling is as well. Completely renewing and rejuvenating themselves so that they could better assist you in your needs. So that is something else that I want to reiterate. Many people don't say that often, but if your counselor is not seeking counseling as well, then you might need to just think about, you know, evaluating who you're seeing for your counseling services. This is heavy, and heavy is the load, or heavy is the crown. You know what I mean? This type of profession is heavy, And if you don't have someone or somewhere where you can release, you know what I mean, it can get to you. It will get to you. It will put you in a place that sometimes people find too hard to climb and claw themselves out of. So that's going to be this minisode, y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being open to this episode with my counselor validating everything. I thought it was pretty fun, pretty cool for her to be here to do that for me. But if you have any questions or anything like that, if you want to work with me, go ahead and reach out to me. My email is in the description, all of that information. So I'm here, y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And until the next minisode or episode,